Welcome to Better Over Fire. I'm John Tomlinson. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different for me. Just recently got a Camp Chef DLX 24 pellet grill, a pellet smoker. Never used a pellet smoker before. I got to tell you, this thing is a phenomenal machine. Really have no problems with it. It's the easiest cooker I've ever used in my life. Plug it in, you set your dial. In less than 5-6 minutes, you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. But my main man, the Weber Kettle, the defending champion, some of the best ribs and some of the best food I've ever cooked in my life is on that Weber Kettle. It's kind of like, you know, you're my boy, Blue, you're my boy. Okay, so a couple of things real quick. We've got Camp Chef right here. We've got my boy right here, the 22-inch Weber Kettle. I've had one for a long time, but here's the thing. I've got a slow and sear in the Weber Kettle. It's been awesome. I mean, you can use the charcoal baskets that come with it. Try to cook it maybe 225, right there around it. With the Camp Chef, I'm gonna plug it into the wall, set it to 225, done. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with these ribs. I've got a rub by Fox Brothers. It's just a basic rub. I absolutely love it. So got a St. Louis rack from Publix. Here we go. I'm actually gonna cut it in half, and we're gonna do half of them on the Camp Chef, half of them on the kettle. Our judges are pretty tough. They're serious critics. So I'm gonna be honest, the first time I cooked on this thing, I was disappointed with the smoke flavor. It really, I couldn't taste it at all, but like I said, I did some modifications. I went back and read some of the instructions. I turned it all the way up. I changed the pellets. I had like a competition blend, but I changed it to all hickory. And the next time it got a little bit better, and I'm hoping this time it gets even better, because I gotta tell you, man, this thing cooks like a dream. I mean, I have not found, from a low setting, I have not found any hot spots on this thing. Man, my food has been unbelievably juicy. I've had no problems at all. Also, I've got a nice little cold snack out here by Scofflaw Brewing Company, Basement India Pale Ale. Shh, don't ask what is happening in the basement. Developed in our original underground brewery, this juicy and dank, I don't say dank, IPA is loaded with citrus hops in every sip, but you have to leave your parents' basement to get it. It's definitely hoppy. It's definitely really good. Got a citrus kick to it. I'm probably gonna have 1 or 4 of these, so you know, you see a ton of Weber kettles in so many backyards. Man, I started cooking on them in college and I knew nothing. I'm still learning something about them every single day, but I really knew nothing. I just, you know, every time I'd see somebody cooking on them, they'd have the lid open, they'd have the charcoal just blazing, and like 50 hamburgers all on top of it, just manning the fire, trying to snuff it out and pulling it off. And I did the same thing. I didn't really know much about it, but I've cooked some of the best food I've ever had, some of the best barbecue I've ever had on this machine. Same thing. I'm coming back to you guys, coming up on the 2-hour mark. Man, these things are awesome. I mean, the kettles that have not budged. Camp Chef, right on the money. No issues. I wasn't gonna wrap the ribs, but the kids are starving. I'm gonna have to wrap them to speed up the process. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some thin slices of butter. I'm gonna hit them with a little honey on each side. I'm gonna let them go for another hour, and we're gonna check them then. Here's our judges. Simon Cowell and Paula Abdul right here.
I want to be Paula.
Oh, Paula Abdul, Simon Cowell.
No!
Okay, so I'm gonna let them test these two different ribs. And here's what we're gonna be testing for. We're gonna be testing for flavor and tenderness.
Sounds good.
Sounds
ready.
good? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Rib number 1.
Got a nice little char on it there.
How are you biting into that? It's so hot. It's like you have red lipstick on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rib number 1.
Good. Mmm. Oh, good.
Oh, that's juicy.
Man.
Full.
What did you put in this?
If you got any more tender.
Tenderness, 1 out of 10.
9.
I was gonna say a 8 or 9. If it was much more tender, it would literally fall apart.
Flavor, 1 out of 10.
10.
Well,
It feels like 10.
Flavor? I give it a solid 7.
rib number 2.
These are flavored the same way.
Everything's the same.
I don't like this one as much already.
It's true.
Not near as tender.
Oh!
I'm not loving it.
It's not even.
What?
I'll give that 2.
Number 1's the winner. For sure.
Okay, was number 1 the Weber Kettle or the pellet grill? Mommy.
I had to have been the Weber.
Weber.
Kettle.
Weber.
Irish.
Same as her.
Rib number 1 was cooked on the pellet grill.
No!
Yes.
First one just had all of it compared to the second one, and I'm shocked.
What was wrong with the second one?
It was not near as tender. The flavor wasn't as good. It didn't have that crisp on the outside and that softness on the inside. It was
True.
just all, it was kind of the same. Like,
The Pellet Smoker won this battle. What was more smoky, number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
number 2 was a little bitter.
A little bitter. Oh.
It was. Didn't you feel that? When I bit into it, that's when I took that first little niblet. Is that a word?
Niblet.
Is that a word? It was a little bitter.